Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. If blame game was an Olympic sport, Indian politicians would hands down win the gold, the silver and the bronze in not one but all categories. They've had decades of practice in shamelessly taking credit but skillfully deflecting blame under the most tragic of circumstances. And so, today, ladies and gentlemen, we had the Karnataka government throw bouncer after bouncer to ensure they save their own skin in the Stampede probe. Remember, the Stampede at the Chinnaswamy Stadium had left 11 people dead. But the government has refused to take any part of the blame. Instead, in court today, they blamed everyone but themselves. They blamed the RCB. They blamed the cops. They blamed the event management company. They blamed the Karnataka Cricket Association. And yes, they also blamed the man on your screens, Virat Kohli. The crux of the Karnataka government's argument is this. They say the RCB did intimate them of their plans for a victory parade and an event at the Chinnaswamy Stadium, but sought no written permission for it. Despite having no written permission, they started inviting RCB fans via social media posts on 4th of June, I beg your pardon. The report submitted to the High Court by the Karnataka government mentions 4 such social media posts, including the one I'm just about to show you. This was posted at about 8:55 a.m., where Virat Kohli, in a video, expressed his excitement about celebrating the team's win with his fans. Now, according to the Karnataka government, this post and the 3 other posts by the RCB together garnered some 44 lakh views and attracted 3 lakh fans to the Chinnaswamy Stadium that has a capacity of just 35,000. So 3 lakh people for a stadium that has a capacity of 35,000 people. Now here's the question. If that was the case and a stampede-like situation was emerging, why did the government not call off the RCB celebrations? The government has told court that it was, quote unquote, a tactical decision because cancelling the event would have caused riots not just at the Chinnaswamy Stadium but across Bengaluru. Ladies and gentlemen, can you believe this? The Deputy Chief Minister of the state was in the stadium at a celebration that didn't even have police permission. Can you believe that? Can you believe that the Chief Minister, the Home Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister were unaware of RCB's Chinnaswamy plans given that they themselves had invites for it? Who are they fooling? They knew and they possibly forced the police to let the celebrations continue. Now, the BJP in opposition has fired off multiple volleys at the government, saying it's a shame that they took the credit for the RCB win, but put the blame of the Stampede on the team and its captain.
No, let me see the report, and I don't want to jump to conclusions. Once the report is, we see it. See, this is not a blame game here. If there is some lacuna or if there has been some mishandling of the situation, who was responsible, we have to take action. That's why the commission has been appointed, and it essentially created a hue and cry, and the people died, and it was a national news, international news. We have to take action. So let us wait for the report, see what the report says. Based upon that, the cabinet will take further decision.
The state government is only attempting to absolve itself from the guilt of killing 11 people in the Stampede. Even Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar had tweeted and asking people to come for the felicitation program. When RCB and KSA is responsible for inviting the spectators, equally Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar will also be responsible for this similar crime they have committed. It is sad the government appointed a committee which was very certain he will give a favorable report to the government, and that's what happened. Now they have filed a status report in the High Court. I am sure the High Court will certainly look into all these lapses by the state government and the RCB.
Of course, in the lineup of scapegoats, Virat Kohli is a distant second. On top is the Bengaluru police that took the fall for the government. If you remember, 5 cops, including the Bangalore CP, was suspended. One of the IPS officers, Vikash Kumar, had gone to the Central Administrative Tribunal and he was subsequently reinstated. The Karnataka government has gone after him and challenged the decision in the High Court. And today, while that matter was being heard, the Karnataka government made a fairly strong remark against its own police force. The government said the Bengaluru police acted as the servants of the RCB and their actions caused embarrassment to the government. So to cut a long story short, ladies and gentlemen, the Karnataka government is blameless for a stampede that killed 11 people, and everyone else, including Virat Kohli, is to blame according to them. If only they could listen to themselves, they would realize how ridiculous they sound. They are the ones who are embarrassing the state, and they are the ones who are embarrassing themselves. Let me go across to my guests who are joining me live this evening. Siddaramaiah Yadav, thank you very much, National Spokesperson of the BJP. Good to have you on the show. Sanjay Sahai is a former IPS officer joining us on the broadcast. Shatabdi Shivanna is a spokesperson of the Congress. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Shivanna, for joining us. And Ranjit Bajaj is a founder director of the Minreva Cricket Academy, joining us on the broadcast. Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Shivanna, for obvious reasons, I'm going to come to you first. Today in court, on 2 separate occasions, you have blamed the entire universe except your own government for the stampede. I want to ask you, who will even believe what you're saying in court?
No, let's be clear. The Karnataka State Police is an extended arm of the Karnataka Congress government. In an unprecedented fashion, the government took a bold decision and ordered the suspension of 3 IPS officers and 2 KSPS officers. If the government has taken a decision against its own police, would it not, according to me, I think it is incorrect and nonsensical to even insinuate that the state government is absolving itself of all liability or deflecting the responsibility and shrugging off responsibility, irrespective of who you are, irrespective of what position you hold, irrespective of what influence you yield, either as an individual or as a company. We will bring you to the books. Okay. Unlike the RCB management, unlike the DNA event organizer, unlike the KSCA, we are not, fighting tooth and nail in the courts of law to prove our innocence and exonerate ourselves. The stand of the Congress government has been clear from day one. The unfortunate tragic incident should not have occurred that claimed the 11 young lives of our own state. And we must all acknowledge one fact. Let me tell you, as citizens of this country, we must acknowledge that stampedes have been an invisible tragedy that has plagued the nation. But the Congress in Karnataka has turned a crisis into change. We are implementing a crowd control and management bill in the upcoming session. We are with the people. We are with the 11 victims that have died. We are with the families, and we will ensure.
That's a bit like the police in films of the olden days. They always arrived at the crime scene once the crime was over. And that's the action of the Karnataka government. But you're saying we are not deflecting blame. On what basis are you saying that? Let me ask you specifically, for example, given the fact that the Karnataka government has put out the report in the High Court, how on earth is Virat Kohli to blame for the stampede? There is just an impromptu video that was shot. The RCB put it out. Now that video, and let's just put that video on our screens as well. That video is being cited in the Karnataka government's report to say, these are the videos that actually encouraged people in large numbers to come, which is why the stampede happened.
See, you can question the state government, you can question our motives, but can you question the credibility of the single judge inquiry commission? Can you judge, you very yourself mentioned the KAT order, the Central Administrative Tribunal in its order in Vikash at para 27, and I quote, therefore, prima facie, it appears that the RCB is responsible for the gathering of about 3 to 5 lakh people. The RCB did not take appropriate permission, and suddenly the RCB created the aforesaid type of nuisance without permission. Now, when the courts ask us what led to the large gathering, it is our duty to respond.
The point is, why did Mr. Parveswara not stop it? He is the Home Minister. Why did DK Shivakumar not stop it? He was also at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Instead of stopping it, he himself went and participated and wanted to lift the trophy. You know, Siddharth, here is the point. I am not for 1 minute arguing that RCB should not share the blame, or the Cricket Academy, or the Karnataka Cricket Association should not be blamed, or the event management company should not be blamed. My entire question is, the government failed as well. They knew exactly what was going to happen given the fact that the crowds had been swelling. They simply shut their eyes hoping that everything would be well. My point is, you cannot say we are blameless, but everyone else is to blame. This is a collective failure and you are a big part of that collective failure.
Exactly.
Exactly is
government to take up that responsibility.
Go ahead, Mr. Yadav.
Shreya, is that question for me?
Yes, it is. Go ahead, please.
Shreya, I totally agree with you. It is a failure, a collective failure, but one has to own up to it. If a government would want to find scapegoats from cricketers and cricket management teams and their managements, from officers who were posted there, but would want to go scot-free and would want to shrug off all blames that would come to them, I think it's a very sorry state of affairs. In their report that the state government has given, they say no permission was taken, nothing was sought from them, there was nothing. Would the deputy chief minister of a state go to events where no permissions are being granted? Would he be celebrating there? Would the state government, the ministers, the home minister, the deputy CM know about everything that's happening, but nobody steps in to stop? Definitely, probably a few police officers must be at fault, but you would want to take action against only the people whom you think can be made a scapegoat, and you would want to put the entire blame on only such officers and cricketers like Virat Kohli. Such a sorry state of affairs. You wake up today and now you tell us that after 11 people have lost their lives, you're bringing a bill? A bill for what? It was happening in the capital, the IT capital of our country. It was happening where your deputy CM, your home minister, everybody resides. It was happening under your watch. The people have not elected the police officers. The people have not elected the commissioner. The people have elected DK Shivakumar, Siddaramaiah, the Congress party. The people have voted for you so that you could maintain the law and order. When you had that responsibility, when you had to overview, you are claiming and saying anything and everything, but not thinking once about the people who have lost their lives and people who potentially could have lost, so many people who were injured. I think it's a very sorry state of affairs.
The government,
shows the mindset of the Congress party, shows the functioning of the Congress party.
Mr. Yadav, the fact is that the government does have eyes and ears, no? The chief minister has eyes and ears. The deputy chief minister has eyes and ears. Mr. Parmeswara, the home minister, has eyes and ears. Things are happening right in front of your eyes. And you're telling us we didn't know. We weren't informed. Local intelligence didn't inform us. The police didn't inform us. Are, couldn't you see? How did you not know? Invites from the RCB for the Chinnaswamy Stadium didn't just go to DK Shivakumar. They went to the chief minister. They went to the home minister as well, who is the boss of the police. So for you to argue, for the Congress government to argue, sir, that hame to kuch pata hi nahi tha in court, and that it is all the failure of the police, Bangalore police, and it is the failure of the RCB and Virat Kohli, I'm afraid I don't believe you. I don't know about our viewers. We'll let them decide. Let them hear all sides of the story. Ranjit Bajaj, would you want to come in here, given the fact that even Virat Kohli has not been spared?
Yes, Shreya, thank you for having me. This is very pertinent to point out that this video they posted is a smoking gun for their own mistake, because that means they knew about the millions of people who are going to turn up because of Virat Kohli's following 24 hours advance, not then. They knew about it. That's why the police, in fact, told the government that, listen, we cannot give them the permission. They were overruled. And then after being overruled, they blamed the cops, when the cops have nothing to do about it. And by the way, the gentleman from Congress who's quoting CAT, the Central Administrative Tribunal has no business of getting into this fact. They've got no business of giving judgments of who's at fault. That's a totally different thing. So if they actually take it to the Supreme Court, it will be turned down. But coming here and you attend, before even they went to the stadium, they went to the Vidhan Sauda to meet all the politicians so that they could take the credit for it. So can you believe it? If suppose the stampede had not happened, there would have been no inquiry. But the same thing happened. That means there were millions of people and there were no arrangements. End of the day, the buck stops with the home department, and that is under the chief minister. So that is responsibility number one, prima facie, with all the facts, knowing that Virat Kohli's video, which is shared by 44 lakh people, like you said, ma'am, that means they came to know about it before everyone else knew about it. What are they saying they didn't know about it? They knew about it very well. And what arrangements did they make? Even after the police told them, please do not have it, they overruled them. Why? Because it was a great photo op. And you can see one of the politicians waving the RCB flag in his car. So how can you not claim, when you're claiming them as champions, but now when something has gone wrong, they're all the ones at fault. And actually you're blaming a legend like Virat Kohli. I mean, that was, like you said, ma'am, it's the spur of the moment. You just won the title after trying and trying and trying. People know in Bangalore, just to go 1 kilometer, it takes 35 to 40 minutes. There's a stampede of cars on the road. So imagine if this is going to happen, they should have actually put park curfews in town so that they can manage crowd better. They should have taken out, and they've done it before, for political rallies. They've never been a stampede, apparently. How come? For political rallies, they have crowds bigger than this, even in Bangalore.
Shivana, just come in here. Respond to this specific point that Ranjit Bajaj is saying. The government claimed we didn't know something like this was going to happen. There was no permission sought. The fact is that you yourself have put out these social media posts, at least 4 of them that have garnered some 44 lakh views, to say these were unilateral. The RCB didn't ask us for permission. They just, sent these invites to all fans in Bangalore via social media posts. You are part of the ecosystem, right? Did you not know that these posts had been put out?
No, see, the reason why we mentioned Virat Kohli, or why we mentioned the fact that these tweets were put out, is because the court posed a straightforward question as to what is the reason for people gathering in large numbers and what is the action you've taken. And we have laid out all the information in front of them. And you can't today claim that the state government is completely blameless, or we are claiming all high and glory.
Of course you are.
No, we're not.
Of course you are. Everyone else has been blamed, but has the Home Minister been blamed, Mr. Parmeswara? Has the Deputy Chief Minister, who was also celebrating inside the Chinnaswamy Stadium, been blamed? No. Has the Chief Minister been blamed? Ultimately, the buck will stop with him. And in any case, he was the one leading the celebrations at the Vidhan Sabha. Chalo, but that had permission. I cannot argue against that.
Yeah.
But of course, you have not blamed yourself.
Can I finish?
Yes, please go ahead, Mr. Sivan.
We are not divorcing ourselves from the state police. If the state police is responsible, that means the state government is also responsible. We are empathetic towards the victims of the families of 11 young lives. We are taking action. Now, you can't say the state government is not doing that. You should have done this. After the incident itself occurred, a lot of people will do a lot of postmortem and give their, unique ideas. But, stampedes are, the fact of the matter is, stampedes have been an invisible tragedy in India, without mentioning any state, without mentioning any political party.
Please don't argue that stampedes happen across the country, so it's okay that they happened in Bangalore as well. We expect better from Bangalore. It is India's IT capital.
Wait, madam, please give me the opportunity. We have a cricketer here who's claiming that, who's dispensing judicial knowledge and stating that the KAT order is in fact incorrect, when the KAT has come to a conclusive finding that RCB is responsible.
Sanjay, okay, Mr. Shivana,
the government was taken.
I am going to get Sanjay Sahai into the conversation. He's a former IPS officer.
Judicial Inquiry Commission is in place.
Mr. Sivanna, what was the first thing that the government did? It sacked 5 IPS officers. So don't say you have divorced yourself. You have not divorced yourself from the blame game. I mean, the fact is you have blamed everyone else except yourselves, and the police is the fall guy here for you. Sanjay Sahai, will you respond to the argument that is coming from the police's side that, look, the police is part of the government, and if we are acting against them, it means we are accepting blame. The fact but is that today in court, the government of Karnataka has told the court that the Bangalore police acted like slaves of the RCB. Now, I'm not sure who acted like slaves of the RCB, whether it is the Bangalore police or whether it is the Karnataka government.
I think the only way to go about things, what is left today, is to do a national survey, and we need to go by that survey. Because the nature of smokescreen which has been created just for the state to escape, I think is unimaginable. It was also said that they should have taken permission 7 days in advance. It is also told that the program continued so that no law and order situation happens.
Riots don't happen.
And I will go with Mr. Shivanna 100% with his opening statement that police is the extended arm of the state. And if the state has decided to cut its arm, what more sacrifice can the state do? 100% I go with him. So police is the extended arm, and I have decided to cut my own arm. So that being the case, I think it's ultimate justice which has been done. Correct. With regards to the audacity and the capability of political dispensations to get away with literally anything and everything is crazy. Now there has been battle between opposition ruled states and BJP ruled central government. But the central government has ratified the suspension of these guys, which primarily means that the bureaucracy, inclusive of the police officers, can be dispensed with at any point in time. The second most important point is, I don't think anybody can become a Bangalore commissioner or an additional commissioner in Bangalore without the blessings of the state government. They are the people who decide it. That the whole country knows, the whole world knows.
Correct.
So all of a sudden, whosoever are managing the show become the fall guy. When this victory happened after 18 years, so everybody wanted to have the fun in this party. And everybody wanted to claim credit or whatever it is. The state government has nothing to do with the victory. And most of the people also don't have anything to do with that. Had this victory parade been successful, think of the mileage which the state government would have taken without taking names. Correct? Now, if the permission is not given, I'm still to find that letter. I tried my level best on ChatGPT, Gemini and all these places. There they say that excerpts are quoted, but I've not been able to find the letter. I've not also been able to find the status report, which only bits and pieces are available.
Okay.
Mr. Shiv, no.
Go ahead, Mr. Sai, complete your point. I'll give you 20 seconds, then I'll go to Mr. Shivanna for closing statements.
No, I'm saying that this is the ratification business is happening. When the Central Administrative Tribunal says that these people are not at fault. So that is also not being respected. Now the extended arm of the state, first it is cut and then it is not allowed to join also. Now you are going into the to the central or to the High Court in appeal. In appeal and saying that they are slaves. If IPS officers become slaves to private organization, I don't think there is something very serious impending in this country.
Mr. Shivanna, the general impression is that, the police is slaves to the political class, not to anyone else. That's the general impression that this country has. The fact is, Mr. Shivanna, there are enough and more people in the Bangalore police who have spoken to reporters on the ground. The Bangalore police said we are too tired. Our force simply doesn't have the bandwidth to deal with the victory parade or any celebrations at Chinnaswamy Stadium because we've been up the whole night, given that Bangalore was celebrating the whole night on the 3rd. We don't have the capacity or the bandwidth. We cannot do it. The political class pressurized them to let the celebrations on the 4th go ahead. Now, the celebrations went all wrong. There was a stampede. Now you're coming in saying, "Arey koi thai nahi, nothing was written." The police is the one that became slaves of the RCB. Mr. Shivanna, at this point of time, no one believes that the Congress government in Karnataka is not to blame. I'm not saying the RCB is not to blame. I am not saying that the Karnataka Cricket Association is not to blame. I'm not saying that the event management company is not to blame. I'm also not saying that the Bangalore police is not to blame. But you are, and your government is equally to blame as well. Just accept it and say sorry. Anyway, we leave it there for the moment. We let our viewers decide who they want to pin the blame on. They've heard all of you. Thank you very much, Sanjay Sahai, for joining us. Siddharth Yadav, good to have you on the show. Mr. Shivanna, thank you. Good to have you on the show. And Ranjit Bajaj, thank you very much for your time as well. A quick break. There's news on the other side.